me again. Today, after that exhilarating little drive over the Hardknott Pass, we're doing the only possible thing you can do, which is to go to Hardknott Fort. It is, after all, a Hardknott life. The Hardknott Fort was established in the early 2nd century under the Emperor Hadrian, of the famous wall fame. And there it is, just poking out between the bushes. There are plenty of footpaths all the way over, and as you probably have seen, the fort itself is not something you're likely to miss around here. As you'll see on the wall, there's a line of slate which marks where the original wall was and the restoration that's been done above it. There's quite a lot of original wall, it's really quite impressive. It's an impressive sight. Looks down into the Esk Valley and from there out to the Irish Sea. I can't help but feel that some Roman soldiers, actually Dalmatian soldiers, would have come out here and seen the view. For years I thought it was a bit bleak, but today it's looking quite spectacular. And there's a stunning view back up to the Hardknott Pass. Over to the left it's the Scafell range. So Scafell itself and the pike. Everything's rather hidden in mist today, but still looking pretty spectacular. Let's go and have a look. The first occupants of the fort were 500 infantrymen from the Dalmatian coast. It's hard to imagine how they must have felt when they got here. It's 800 feet in height, so it's not the highest Roman fort. That is Whitley Castle, or Epiasum, which is in Northumberland. Let's go take a look inside. Hardknott Fort was built between about 120 and 138 AD and slightly predates Hadrian's Wall, which was begun in 122 AD. The outline buildings that we can see inside the fort today are two side-by-side granaries, the garrison headquarters building in the centre of the fort, and the garrison commander's villa known as the Praetorium, which is the longer thin building at the bottom. It's odd, even though the remains of the buildings on the interior are just low walls, I still feel the urge to go through the front door. It's only polite. This was the headquarters building. This was the most important building within the fort. Its southeastern entrance gave access to a small open courtyard, which is what I'm standing in now. Beyond this lay a hall running the full width of the building. This strange little wall is the remains of a platform that the commanding officer would have used to give orders and conduct ceremonies. So just round from the main building is the commandant's house, the Praetorium. It's a big old stone building. Clearly big fans of the open plan design. They're just not through here. So whilst the commandant lived in the big house, the rest of the soldiers had to make do in temporary wooden accommodation, which is why there's not much left, but you can imagine it spread out here. There you go, Hardknott Fort. Not a massive walk, but worth an expedition, I'd say. Probably more exhausting on the car than on you. Just over to my right is the remains of the bathhouse, or bathhouse as you prefer, with a plunge pool, Laconium, Tepidarium, Frigidarium and Caldarium. It's bringing back a lot of memories of Asterix. Thank you. That's about it from me. Thank you very much for watching, if indeed you still are. If you've enjoyed this, do please like and subscribe. Join us once again for a walk in the Lake District. Stay safe. Just round from the main house is the Praetorium, which is the so whilst the managing director